After her divorce from Brigham Young, Ann Eliza needed to make some cash. She needed to make it quick. So she did what a lot of women do when they're in need of money. She became the equivalent of an influencer. In other words, she became a lecturer on the Lyceum circuit. Now, in the 19th century, the Lyceum was a popular American educational institution. People would go see individuals give lectures for hours. The topics ranged from the licentious polygamy, white slavery, and descriptions of harem in the Middle East, to lectures on philosophy and religion. To be popular on the Lyceum circuit, Ann Eliza needed endorsements. One of the people that she visited was a man named John Bartholomew Goff. He would eventually write a letter endorsing her book, Wife Number 19. Goff is an interesting figure in his own right. I found a series of blog posts about him from the Museum of Old Newbury. According to their executive director, he was born to a poor family in England. His father died when he was only about 12. His mother sent him to the United States to find work. She joined him 4 years later, and they lived on the money that she made as a seamstress, he made as a bookbinder. When she died, she was buried in a pauper's grave. This led Goff to turn to drink. He eventually decided to become an actor and moved to Massachusetts. Now, at this time, there were temperance laws already in place in Massachusetts. You could only buy 15 gallons of gin or rum at a time. Men would save up for this, they'd pool their money, and then they'd go on benders. Goff spent much of this time period trying to sober up, only to find himself descending into drink and losing job after job. In 1838, he marries a woman named Mary Cheney. She was 19 years old at the time. He was just 2 years older, or 21. By 1842, she was pregnant, but like many women, she ended up dying shortly after childbirth, as did the baby. The executive director tells us that according to some accounts, Goff was actually passed out on the floor when she died. He took the news hard, went on another bender, took some laudanum, and tried to throw himself under a train. It was then that a friendly Quaker got him to sign a temperance pledge to try to improve his life. When he told his tale, it was so well received, he decided to become a lecturer himself on the Lyceum speaking about temperance. His most famous straying from the plan came in 1845 when he went missing for a few days. Newspapers published ads looking for him, and then a couple of days later, he was found in an alley near a prostitution house, completely delirious. Nobody believed at the time, and few people believe it today. Now, people may have been worried for his career, but the thing is, it only made him more famous. So he remained an important figure on the Lyceum. And Ann Eliza, whether she knew about it, whether she cared, needed his support. And so in spite of his frequent benders, which should have undermined his credibility as a temperance man, John B. Goff appears in the front pages of her memoir, praying that God would give her success and that people would listen to her story and the suffering that she had endured. For her part, Ann Eliza may have hoped that her story would turn out to be a little more respectable than Goff's.